All right. Good morning. Welcome back to the live stream. Philo in the Philippines, Barangay Balibago, Angeles City, baby. Jim Schultz, good morning. Can how's the audio? Is that okay? Using a new setup here, and it tests out really good on the test screen, but going live is a whole different thing. If something's going to go wrong with it, it's going to go wrong right now. I seem to have good audio here on the panel. I've got 4 in here. Jim Schultz, Butch Helton. Good morning. Anybody available? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Okay. I got it the first try. I've got this new Maono cast live stream setup. It's like a miniature DJ. I know. If you are a Philo in the Philippines Facebook member, you saw the pictures of that this morning. James Lonergan, good morning. How are you, sir? There's my buddy Chris Nash. Shout out Bella. Are you watching, Bella? How are you, honey? Roy Thomas, good morning. Jeffrey O'Neill, good morning. Perth, Australia, good morning, sir. Hello, Miss Bella. How are you? Pabibe. Oh, wait, double Pabibe. Rory, yeah, we're going to get into that. I just saw that. I just saw that last night. And okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm new to this DJ stuff. Talk into the mic. Well, I kind of feel like Steve Montelli now, you know. Shout out Steve Montelli. He just left this morning to go back to the USA. Rory, yeah, I saw that last night. Kind of shocking, right? Kind of shocking. Robert Mindanao, good morning, sir. How are you? I don't know how I'm going to manage. I've got all this stuff now in front of me. I've got an iPad I'm watching. I've got this DJ panel I've got to keep track of. It's got some cool sound effects. How's this? Brian Hatcher, good morning. How are you, sir? The king of Little Saigon, my brother. Uh, more later with Brian Hatcher. Hi, Nicole. I get the feeling the month of June is going to be a really good one. Mike Foodie, our resident Canadian chef. How are you, sir? Welcome to the live stream. How's everybody doing? We're going to talk about a few things today. Number one, Angeles City is popping, baby. It's popping. Edwin saying, good morning, sir. How are you, brother? Long time no chat too. Thanks for joining the live stream, bro. I keep missing you when you come, but now, actually, where I lived before, it was hard for me to hook up with you, but now, yeah, we are at the infamous Tequila Reef sighting of many, home to many Philly Bryan sightings. You come over to Tequila Reef about any day at 9 a.m. and you'll see Philly Bryan sitting on the rail there, eating his breakfast. Mark Doyle, good morning. Rory, I might just time you out just because I can, and it would be fun, right? Should we time Rory out? Gary T, good morning, sir. How are you? Harry Walsh, good morning, sir. Robert Jacobson. Bella says she's good. All right. Shout out Bella. Bella, my new selfie buddy. I might be able to share a picture of Bella. Kristen Malou's beautiful young daughter. I wasn't swimming with her, but I think that's probably going to happen soon over at the signpost, Seattle, Washington. Yeah, Edwin, that's where my sister's from. My sister's in Wallingford. I think I've told you that before. Yeah, that was Adrian Smith. All right. No golf today, Adrian, huh? That's funny. That's funny. Oh, excuse me. Let me. Sorry, you guys. These are important, or I wouldn't be. Ah, there she is. There's little Bella. Bella, Bella. Why does all this shit go down right when my live stream starts? Okay, caught up. Thanks, James. Come on, Rory. Rokon Montano. How you doing, brother? Welcome to the live stream. Brian, I saw that last night. Came up in my, I know, on YouTube, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. Just got so much going on, man. Today is the last day. I'm on the very final step of my military SRRV visa, and it is NBI clearance. So I've completed the application process, and today I go in for fingerprinting. Okay, Edwin, thanks. Gary T. Jim Schultz, yes, I drive her and pick her up every single day, unless I get drunk. Then she takes a trike home. Not drunk, but you know, intoxicated to the point where I should not ride my motor. That doesn't happen very often, actually, but it happened once in the past week. She just took a trike home. Hi, Bella. B-Bay Wave, Bella. I'll see you at the swimming pool probably sometime soon. Maybe if you guys go swimming on Friday, I can bring your Auntie Jonah Dona, world famous TikToker, and she can put you on her TikTok, diba? James Lonergan, no, she has not had any issues like that. Manila's finest, good morning. Yeah, baby. Welcome to the live stream. Thanks for joining us. I don't know. We're just going to try a couple of things. She's lived with this her entire life. You know, she told me that she loves going to see family, but the part that she regrets is having to ride the bus. So um, she was a lot better on the way home on that trip. Now I don't know if it was because she took the motion sickness medication was inside her body a little bit longer for the ride home, but not nearly as bad on the ride home. But boy, the ride into the city, ooh, not good. It's hopping right now, Jeffrey. I've never seen so many smiling faces walking up and down Fields Avenue with little brown honeycoats on their shoulder. The difference between right now, any given time actually on Fields Avenue right now in December is remarkable. December, this place was like a ghost town. although many of the bars were still open. Yeah, I've got that in the ticker, Harry. I've got that in the ticker at the bottom of your screen. It's nothing more, Harry, than a regular training exercise that happens every year here between the U.S. military and the Philippines military. Um, I actually participated in this very thing back in 1985. The Balikatan exercise. It's a joint effort between Philippines and U.S. troops, something that they've been doing for quite a while. RC Dyer, hit the like button, baby. Which bar is your hangout? I don't really have a hangout bar, Jim. I try to actually avoid the bars, especially the bars on Walking Street. But Lonnie's would be my place. I'm at Lonnie's every single day, whether I'm drinking or not. I will start doing a live stream there every Saturday at Lonnie's, so that should be fun. That's true, Roy. I'll second that notion. There's world famous TikToker Jonah Dona right now. Good morning, honey. Thanks for joining the live stream. Say hello to Jonah if you care to. She's watching the comments. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I'm familiar with what you're talking about there, James. She doesn't seem to have that particular issue. It's just, it's something that she's always had. Ed Crandall, what's up, baby? How you doing? Oh man, I'm sure that that's going to be on Facebook, so I'll get to see the pictures. Harry, yes, sir. We did something similar. I don't remember it being called Balakatan. I don't remember. Uh, we did something. Balakatan. Balikatan. I'm going to have to look that up now. Yeah, that is a what is it? A TV King? A TV King Tuk Tuk? I tell you what, the thing's pretty cool. Uh, and Chris, I thought he was going to take me for a spin. We're hanging out at his wife's hotel where she works. That's the Seinfeld or signpost, you guys. Seinfeld signpost. I did a vlog on that a while ago. Jim Schultz, Lonnie's is right next door to Insomnia Bar. It's the outdoor bar that's been there for years and years. I've posted about 200 pictures and videos from there on Facebook in the last couple of months. Sorry, this thing just jumped. I lost my spot. Harry Walsh, I thought you'd know. Okay, there we go. I got it again. So nice. Lost my train of thought. What the hell was I talking about? Ed's Midnight Grill. Welcome, brother. Ah, Manila's finest. Your wife has vertigo. That's even worse, right? You can't do anything for that. I don't think. Well, we'll keep trying. They have those ear patches too, right? Those things you can put behind your ears. I don't know if I can find that here in the Philippines, but maybe we'll try that. We are going to fly to Cebu May 1st from Clark, so we'll see how that goes. I don't think flying's going to be nearly as bad because there's not so much motion on an airplane as there is on a bus. My God, you guys know how bad the roads are here and how crazy the drivers are anyway. Brian, I've had this stuff for about 6 weeks. Walter Lavender from Pirate Cove turned me on to it. His wife bought this setup for her live stream. She's got a channel going now. And he said, "Yeah." He said, "It's a pretty cool gig. You ought to try it out." And it's been sitting down here on the floor for 6 weeks because I was just too lazy to set it up. And this morning, I'm sitting here this morning. I got up at about 4:30. And I'm looking down at the boxes, and I'm thinking to myself, "Dude, you got to get off your ass and get this thing set up." And I'm glad I did. It's really cool. I've got a couple of different effects here. I've got gunshots. You military guys will appreciate that. Do that again. That could go along with the Philo in the Philippines fucktard salute, right? We just gun them down with our machine gun. If I ever do say something funny, I'll use that. But I think I'm funny, but I'm not really. At least I've got this laughter here I can use. Jonah, Donah, did you, Chris? She did not finish all the banana bread. We've still got 3/4 of a loaf in there. She takes 2 slices to work every day, so that thing's like a. I mean, Chris's wife makes this banana bread, and man, it's like walking around with a cinder block in your hand. You could really, uh, if you let that bread go stale and you knock somebody in the head with it, you could really do some damage. It's amazing how heavy the bread is itself. It's mozzarella too. Shout out Mary Lou, the queen of banana bread in Angeles City. Jim Schultz, yeah, I told you guys the flights were going to drop as soon as shit hit the fan and they opened up the borders. I knew the flight prices would drop. Mike Foodie, yeah, it's not something that's huge though. Um, Actually, pandemic is what drove the prices of daily necessities up. I can remember when I was in the USA, Melanie telling me that pork had doubled in price. And that's the palinque price. So it's down. Actually, the prices are down from there. They're even down from where they were when I came here in November. But now the war seems to be driving prices back up. Two beers. Good morning. Welcome to live stream. Yeah, I'm hoping she doesn't have any problems. But now that I'm aware of this problem, I'll make sure that we're prepared and we've got you know the little vomit bag. Yeah, girl's a trooper. I tell you what, you should have seen her choking back the vomit. That girl is she is one tough chick, man. Chris, good morning. Like the orange. Like the orange. Sorry, Chris, I missed something. But welcome to the live stream, brother. Yeah, fire in the hole. That brings back some US Marine Corps memories right there. That sound. RC Dyer, yeah. No, I was living in central Indiana and did not really notice, nor did my brother make much mention of prices going up there. So I think that's something that happened after I left, right? Oh, the flight costs haven't dropped. There's just more flights available. I haven't looked myself at prices. Now I paid what was it, 14.78 one way from LA to Manila. So I'll have to look on there and see if that's changed because I use a LA server. I use a VPN, so I stay logged into Los Angeles at all times when I'm internet surfing. And the only thing that sucks for is when I'm doing, research in this area. So then I just log out and I just open up my regular browser. So it puts me in Angeles City and I get the local stuff so much easier. But for the most part, I stay logged into Los Angeles 24/7. Yeah, same here, Rory. And I don't find the meat prices to be outrageous. Um, I gotta pay more attention to that. That's the kind of shit you guys want to know. I don't know what a kilo of pork is going for now. The chicken is still in the low 100s, about 120, 110 to 120 a kilo, which is fairly average. Even going back to 2018, it's what I was paying in Manila. So, don't know, Mike. I'll have to research that. Rory says it's buffering. Is it buffering for anybody else? RC Dyer, we bought her something that is the equivalent. They don't have Dramamine here in the pharmacies. They've got something called Bromamine, BRO, Bromamine. It's the Dramamine equivalent. So others are saying it's not buffering. Jim Schultz, 13 to 1400 from Cleveland. Well, and that's a one-way flight. That's pretty damn good if you're coming from Cleveland. I went from LA, which is a direct shot, right into Manila, and it was 1478. So the prices have come down a little bit then. Well, the cost of fuel. Yeah, 2 beers, the cost of fuel as well. Now the fuel has gone down here again. It was up as high as 74 a kilo. I paid 67. I took a picture of it. Philo on an 85-inch TV. That must be horrifying. I don't want to scare Bella. I just want to entertain her and make her laugh. Brian Hatcher. Yeah. I've even got Philly Brian saying that. Every time me and Philly Brian and I hook up, as he's leaving, he says, "More later, guys." Wow. Well, that's Robinson's Market. Yeah. It's always more expensive in the market, right, Rory? I'm a Palenque kind of guy, you know. I don't mind shopping at Pure Gold or one of the markets, but I prefer to go to Palenque for meat if I can. A lot of times. Oh my, Jim Schultz round trip. That's a great price, brother. Yeah, the flights have definitely dropped in price. I mean, you may have gotten it cheaper. I realize back in 2018 when you were here, but my God, at one time it was over $3,000 to fly direct from LA to Manila, over 3,000 US on a coach seat. So, Steve Hansen, good morning. Ah, she started driving. Now that's funny. She trained her brain to not get sick, right? Yeah, come on over, Mark. Come on over, brother. The one thing you gotta remember, Mark, is once you get here, things are still cheap here. Okay. It might be a little bit more money to fly than it was pre-pandemic. Most prices here are about the same as they were, actually. I'm seeing good prices at a lot of the hotels. Yeah. While we're talking about that, Jim, what is that? Is that going from New York direct to Manila, or is that going to layover in Hawaii? What does your trip look like? You said it was 1,400 round trip, and that's a great price. Um, but then again, I was flying round trip for 600. You know, back during my visiting days to the Philippines, long before I moved here. Uh, back in the good old days, it was 600 round trip on Eva or Asiana. Oh, no. I got an audience. Let me know when she gets back, Chris. I'll shout out both of them. Yeah, this I had no idea how severe her motion sickness was. She just told me. So I told her as a precaution, we'll head over to South Star. We'll leave the apartment an hour early, head over to South Star, buy the Dramamine, then we'll go down to Lonnie's and hang out with Joy and the girls for an hour. I had her take it right away. She drank a Sprite, and I figured it was in her system for well over an hour when we got on the bus. And no bueno. She was absolutely miserable. There you go, James. And I'm trying to, since you said that, I'm trying to remember what I was paying in Central Indiana for chicken. I remember ground beef was a couple of dollars a pound. Food in Indiana was cheap. Indiana's a cheap place to live. Oh, so if you refuse to wear a mask, then you're not going to travel, probably. Maybe it's best, Jim, just to play the game. Then come over here and, you know, we're wearing masks here, but it's really not uh, a big deal. I have gone now 7 straight days without masking, except for going to the mall. So it's really not that big of a deal. They're not asking for vaccine cards here anymore. They don't ask you to mask up in a restaurant environment anymore. You can just walk right in from the outside, not wearing a mask. So I don't know. If I were you and you really wanted to come, I would just bite the bullet to get here. And, it's really not that big of a deal. Ed Crandall, Philippine Air. Okay. DC to LAX. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's a good price, man. Because you're coming all the way from the East Coast now. Remember, I was paying 600 from LA to Manila. That is the way to fly. If you can get to Los Angeles and jump on that direct PAL flight, it's right about 14 hours, but you don't have to lay over anywhere. And there's beautiful ladies working on Philippine Airlines. It really gets you ready. God, I'm so far behind. Yeah, Rory. Some people are like that. To each their own. As you all know, I came up in Manila with a Filipino family, so they palinque shop, and we bought some of our meat from the market. But Filipinos, shop at palinque. 4 inches of snow, baby. Wow. 50-pound bag of rice was $25 up to about a year ago. Now it's 32. A 50-pound sack of rice, 25 kilos. Let's see here. I'm paying 750 pesos for 10 kilos. So, but I buy like the super high end rice. Even Jonah's like, wow. She goes, you really buy the rice? I go, yeah. Well, Palace flying the New York City and Toronto routes. I didn't know that they actually flew an Eastern route. I thought they always went west from the Mark Doyle. Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. What day was it I woke up hungover? I don't remember what night I went out. Today's Tuesday. It must have been Friday night that I went out. Because Sunday I woke up and played golf, so I wouldn't do that hungover. It must have been Saturday. 700 AUD. Sorry, Brian Hatcher. Are you going to be living in the province or in a hotel? We'll be living in the family home there in Leyte. We will be living in the family home, baby, Filipino style. 700 AUD round trip, Perth to Clark. That's got to be a good deal. Maximilian, good morning. Welcome to the live stream, brother. There are many, some through Chicago, Dallas, on to the Tokyo or Incheon. Yeah. Yeah, you still can't go through uh, Taipei, I guess. Taipei is supposed to open up, but and Taipei's the way to go because it's so close to Manila. It's only 2.5 hour flight, so it's a nice hop. Hold on. Oh God. And what's Bella's friend's name? Are you girls watching right now? Yeah. That's funny, Chris. I just talked to Eric a couple of days ago. We kind of caught back up. I hadn't talked to Eric in quite some time. He left a comment on one of my videos, and then I hit him up through Viber, WhatsApp, one of those. We were chatting back and forth. He's doing really well, you know. Just a second, you guys. Sorry about that interruption. Okay, where are we at? Summer in Boracay. But that's not going to be too bad. Brian Hatcher, you know what? I'm up for just about anything, bro. I'm up for just about anything. I've never been to Boracay. I was on the island right next door, Carabao Island, and it was insane. Um, I've heard it's kind of expensive there, but I'm game. Motion sickness pills have to be in your system for 3 hours. That could explain why she did so much better on the trip home. Don't know about a car, Maximus. We've car traveled a few times and she didn't get sick, but bus is a problem for her. That's all it is here, RC Dyer. It's a chin warmer. Ah, yeah, that could be a. I know. Kind of like the, you know how a lot of Asians are allergic to alcohol. I had a Vietnamese girlfriend, man, that couldn't even drink, a couple of swallows of beer. I mean, she would turn beet red and just be completely miserable. Pusong Panoy, good morning, sir. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. Pusong Panoy Dream Life, another Philippine vlogger. We've got one, two, three vloggers in here. Gary T. We were actually. This is something I wanted to talk about. Thanks, Gary T, for bringing that up. We were going to go to Barrio Barreto. I was going to ride down there with Cowboy. You guys all know Cowboy, Marcos' sidekick, and his girlfriend. And we were super excited. We were going to head out early Friday morning, get on the road, and ride down to Subic for the weekend. stay in the barrio on the beach. My goal was to stay at Treasure Island. I like the old hotels that have been there for years and years, and that's where we were going to stay. DJ Joe, what's up, baby? Good morning. Hey, I was just going to message you. It's about time for our monthly bar hop. So start getting May warmed up for that. I'm down for this weekend if you are. Saturday night, baby. If not, the next weekend we're gone. So, but we'll work it out. DJ Joe, welcome to the live stream. Gary T, that's Tequila Reef Restaurant in the background. Brian, my golf game is very nice. Very nice. Got the wrong vlogger there. You're in the wrong live stream, bro. Go over to the Philly and Philippines live stream. You're in the wrong live stream. Oh, and Mike, I have also heard that Canada is a go now for travel, right? Like I could fly to Canada. Thanks for that, Harry. We'll try that because the one thing that I'm certain of is that the Dramamine does work. You thought I was from Philadelphia, but you just said that you took an Uber in Indiana, in Indy, and you had an Uber driver look just like me. So you're talking about Philly Brian, Philly in the Philippines. Keep an eye on that guy, James. I've been hanging out with the hamster. The hamster. Hmm. Hmm. Maximus. No, I don't think I'll get bored there. If I lived in the province, I'd get super bored. Visiting the province isn't bad. Living there sucks. That's what I thought, Mike. I thought they had shit. Maximus, I'm bored here, brother. Angeles is boring as hell. You have to recreate yourself. When you. Okay, there you go. Show him the door, James, would you? That idiot. That's probably the dumbass in Quezon City, the Quezon City crier. Nice, brother. In October. Okay, so that's yeah. Yeah, I just met a guy who left Padia with his wife. They came to Angeles because I don't know. He said that they were mowing down bars left and right there, mowing down entire soys. But it'll come back. I mean, Padia is the kind of place where the entire city is a red light district, not just one street like we have here. Yeah, Jonah's from Ormoc City. So apparently we can get into the city in about 15 minutes via trike or jeepney. So, but her family lives, out in the sticks. I have the number and I've got the contact number, Brian. We can look that up and see if that's something we want to try out. But, you know, I sent that to you, bro, because you're just cracking me up. Butch Helton, June 24th. All right. That's not where are we at? God, I'm looking at so much now. I'm all confused. Yeah, I missed the gunshots. All right, we'll go ahead and give him some gunshots now. Oh, gotta get used to all this high tech equipment, man. It's like the Howard Stern Studios here in Balibago. What was the name of Howard's sidekick? The black lady. That's what I need. I need a female sidekick to help me out, and a Baba Booey. Baba Booey did all the sound effects. Good morning, Lucas. Welcome to the live stream, Lucas Musser. Well, Phoenix Rise, you're going to have to come through Angeles City, baby. If you come through Angeles City, look me up. Join the Philo in the Philippines Facebook group and hit me up with a message. I'll meet you. We'll have a beer. I've heard some great things, Rory, about where we're going. James, you did, sir. Congratulations. That's about 30 days away, right? The countdown begins. Day 30. Today is the 29th. Yeah. 2 beers. Boy, they were right about this microphone. No matter, can you hear that? No matter where I touch on the table, the microphone picks it up. It's just kind of a cheap microphone. When I looked this thing up on YouTube and watched the unboxing and setup and all the details, they all said buy a new microphone for it. This particular microphone's adequate, but you know, I might have to go over and check out CJ abroad and see what he's using. He's got some good stuff over there. Live from Balibago, Honolulu City, Mike Foodie. I do kind of feel a little more professional now. You know what I mean? I think we're taking the next step here. Robin Givens, thank you, Robin. How could I forget that name? I watched that. I watched that guy. I think he was one of the most misunderstood people on the planet because a lot of people just hated him, but he was really funny. And talk about full of shit. I think that's why people hated him because of the things he said. He was just, he did what he had to do to get views, and look how huge that guy became. He was one funny cat, man. Whether you liked him or not, if you gave him a chance, most people couldn't get past the fact that he called himself the king of all media, and that butt hurt a lot of people because they said that he was what do you call it, conceited. It was just full of shit. That's all. Rory, uh, no comment. Rory, are you still coming here? Hook up with DJ Joe? Brian Hatcher, I have got the number now to the guy that picked my boxes up. So I just haven't called him yet. I guess I'm afraid to call him. I guess I haven't called him because I'm afraid to hear the outcome. I imagine he's just going to hang up on me. He probably took my boxes straight home and had at it, opened them up, and just kept everything. Get yourself crisp. It's a paid yearly noise canceling. Okay. Is Are you saying that, Lucas, because there's a problem with my audio? I might be able to adjust that on the board here. Or is that like a or that's like a podcast software? Is that what that is? Actually, you're right there, Maximilian. On this particular night, Jonah, Dona, and I were the only customers. And this goes back to December before Christmas. So, I mean, that's how dead right now, any time of day, you go to Tequila Reef, it's packed. The girls are shaking the margaritas. This place is hopping, you guys. I've never seen so many happy old guys with big smiles on their faces. Yeah, Lucas, this whole setup was like 120 bucks. It's just a starter kit, for podcasting. It seems to be awesome. I don't know. Again, this is the first time I've used it. I kind of like the look of the microphone there on the screen. It looks kind of cool, right? At least if I have a now I can plug. This isn't the kind of set that I can plug in a couple of different cameras. Now, CJ Abroad, the guy that lives downstairs from me, he's got a control panel. He can put three cameras on, and I can add two more microphones to this, and I can add a music input. I can plug in a guitar to this deck and make music tracks with it. So it should be once I get going on this guitar, I can cut me some tracks. That'd be pretty cool. Jim Schultz says, "I thanks, Jim." Brian, funny thing is, Philly Brian and I were talking about that the other day. Him and Lut were over at Lonnie's. They hung out with me at Lonnie's for about an hour, and he was asking me the same thing. So, how's that gym? I go, I don't know. I've never been there. I really prefer, to be honest with you, I really prefer the workout over at Astro Park in the morning. Now, this next month, things are going to change for me. I'm really going to tighten the belt. So the gym is going to be a part. Gotcha, Lucas. No, I understand that because if I watch uh, CJ Abroad when he goes live, it's pretty damn good. Can you guys hear the fan going above me? Because I know in my Tagalog lessons, I always forget to turn the fan off. And when I play it back, you can hear the fan above my head here. Can you hear the fan now? Because I know that was a problem. I would imagine in my previous live streams, you could hear the fan because I can hear it every time I do my Tagalog lesson. It's like 4 in the morning, but it's hot here, you guys. We're okay. Yeah, I won't be back in Angeles, Roy, till the 15th. I'm going to leave the first and return right around the 15th. I might extend, um, depending on how things go in Leyte. I think I'm going to really like it there, only because I came from Manila to here. You know, I'm kind of bored here now, and would really kind of like to get away from the bars. I think I'm really going to enjoy Leyte. It's a real mic, Manila's finest. It's just not what they call a quality microphone. They call it just a starter, a startup. Yeah, it's got nice big rubber feet, but that was one of the things that came up in both the YouTube videos that I watched is that the mic picks up a lot of noise. Yeah, James Lonergan. The cheap Charlie Street is right next to. For those of you who know Fields Avenue, ABC Hotel. If you're traveling west on Fields Avenue towards Koreatown, as soon as you pass the ABC Hotel, you take a left on the first street. That's Cheap Charlie Street. There's 6 bars on Cheap Charlie Street, and that's where all the local guys hang out. The guys that have been here 20 plus years. Most of those guys are ex-Air Force or some sort of military. Yeah, DJ Joe has all the good stuff. The problem is if I get DJ Joe over here, then I'm gonna start spending money. And, I do know, though, that a better microphone would be probably cool. But I'm gonna use what I've got here for a little while. Hell, I kinda like it. Amazing that I've been here now over 90 days and I haven't ran into that guy. Thanks, Lucas. Manila's finest, thank you. I'd kinda like to have Overstay on the show, but, he's not the kinda guy that makes plans, you know? Marcos is a spur of the moment kinda guy. So if I wanna have Marcos on my live stream, I've got to get a hold of him and say, "Let's do it in 5 minutes," and he'll be in. But if I tell him it's next Tuesday at 9, it's not gonna happen. He's full on Filipino. You can't make plans with that guy for shit. Harry Wash. Yeah, that's amazing. I wonder what his listenership is at this point. Uh, what's that? All I can hear on the mic is geriatric whining. We're gonna kick your ass out, Roy, one day just for fun, just because we can. Yeah, Cronauer, a Yeti, Yeti. Let me write that down. We don't write anything anymore, right? We just put it in. I don't know. We put that in my notes. Put that in my vlogging notes. Vlogging notes. Quality microphone per Lucas. And Lucas would know. Lucas has the Yeti. Okay, Yeti. And I'll probably do that just because I'm an idiot and I like having cool shit. You know. I have the echo on 0. How about now? How's the echo now? Okay, I'll turn it back down to 0. Wait long. Wow, I'm really far behind here. Anytime I travel here in PI, it refreshes the batteries. The change for a few days, even in country, helps decompress. Yeah. Jess Barrett, good morning. How are you? I don't know. Somebody told me that Overstay was Marine Corps, but I thought he was Army too. I don't know. TJ Joe. Yeah. I was talking to May. The last time that DJ Joe and May and I were out together, I was talking to May about DJ Joe's attire. You know, he wears the same thing everywhere he goes. He wears those damn flip flop slippers and the cargo pants. Everything's on Filipino time. Clyde Seaside, welcome to the live stream, baby. How you doing? Good to see you, Clyde. Thanks for coming back. Drinking contest with overstay is probably not the best idea. I'd do it because I guarantee I would blow him right out of the water drinking. I know it for a fact. Yeah. Yeah, I think you just came in, Klein. I was talking to Erica just a couple of days ago, and he has agreed to come on my live stream. We just Yeti Pro on Amazon, 139. Thanks for that, James. I was just thinking in my head. Now that's not a bad price really for a microphone. But uh even here at SM Clark, they've got some pretty good stuff. They have a gamer store here at SM Clark that's just really impressive, man. The stuff they have, the high end headsets they've got, the laptops that are built for gaming, PCs built for gaming, all types of gaming gear, and the store is impressive. It's fun just to go in there and window shop, really. Yeah, he's a funny guy, Harry. Yeah, tank tops and flip flops and cargo pants. And I told May he goes everywhere and looks just like that. She's like, "Yeah, that's his attire. That's how Joe rolls." The Guam tuxedo. Just awesome. R2D2 is uh, just a great addition to the Philo in the Philippines YouTube channel. Awesome bike, and man, you talk about attention grabber. That bike gets a lot of attention from Filipinos everywhere I go, especially at night when it's lit up. It's got all those lighting effects on it. People are like, "Dude, where did you get that?" Secret line. Can't tell you. Yeah, thanks, Lucas. Even CJ was telling me that the prices online are better. He he just bought a pretty nice mic. I think it's a Yeti. I think he just got that from Lazada. So it'll be interesting. Again, this is day one with this new gear, and I'm loving it. It seems to work really, really good. I just got to play with it and see what else it can do. There's all kinds of buttons and gadgets on here. Again, I took a picture of that for the Philo in the Philippines Facebook this morning. If you're curious what I'm using, it's on there. Not more for vlogging, Rory, but gaming. Because a gaming arena requires a higher speed processor as well as video cards that are much higher speed. Not so much vlogging, although I'm sure one of those laptops would be great for uploading and stuff, upload times and moving around 4K files. Uh, Even on this MacBook Pro, you get 5 or 6 4K files from your Hero 10. And you want to move those files from one folder to another. Man, that's no small task. Sorry, Maximilian. Overstay makes better mashed broccoli potatoes than phyllo. I've never attempted mashed broccoli potatoes. I do make some damn good mashed potatoes, though. I challenge anybody on a mashed potato challenge. The gauntlet has been thrown. Mike Foodie, you in? Same with Tuk Tuk. It turns heads with big fat old bald guy driving it. Yeah, Chris, I'll have to take that thing for a spin again. Now that my confidence is up. We did not, Brian. I kind of golfed on a whim. I gotta. CJ's kind of I see him every now and then out in town, but I think he's kind of staying in, keeping the Jets cool. Adrian Smith, the only way I would be able to watch that, I'll watch whatever I can on YouTube. Actually, I've got Jonah into golf, and she's just absolutely loves to watch golf now. But the only way I'll be able to watch is whatever I see on YouTube. I can sign back up for Amazon Prime, but I don't know if I want to do that. You know, get back into Amazon Prime and get into their video feed for. They've got the PGA Tour or they've got the Golf Channel on Amazon Prime. You got to pay extra for it, so I'd have to pay the Prime charge and then plus an extra $10 a month, I think. Or they might have a. I bought it when I first went back to the US. I bought the Amazon Prime. I mean, I had Amazon Prime already, but I bought the Golf Channel. But yeah, I'll watch whatever I can on YouTube. I'm actually watching the 2005 Masters right now. Me and Jonah Dona watch it every night. We're only about halfway through. I've turned this girl into a sports fan. I told her, if you didn't have a Kano boyfriend, you wouldn't be in the sports like this. And she loves NASCAR. My God. Gary T, I will not be watching the Final Four. I know nothing at all about what's even going on at the Final Four. Sorry. I've seen a couple of highlights on YouTube for stuff that happened, but I absolutely know nothing about it. It's just, over here it's a little bit different. I'm not going to get fed stuff like that like I would in the US. I got to go looking for it. And honestly, I got enough to do already. I can't complete my daily addictions as it is. Well, any laptop we're always going to be good as long as you don't buy a super cheap one. You know what I mean? These laptops that I'm talking about are high end for gaming. Um, you wouldn't necessarily have to spend the money. I mean, these laptops are going to cost you 5,000 US and up, 4,000 US and up. So it's for serious gamers, people who are into that world. Lucas knows what I'm talking about. Lucas has a really nice PC. Two beers does two beers have a wrench? I think he does. I don't know. Why are you trying to piss him off? Yes, two beers is a moderator. Ah, there you go. There you go. A little pro tip from Mike Foodie. Heat up the butter and the milk. Mm. Maserati. Yeah, you know what? It's gonna be really hard for me to get that because she's on guard now. She didn't know. She didn't know I had videoed her that time, you guys. And you would be surprised how much of that I had to edit. She's got a little potty mouth, especially when somebody fouls her beloved Stephen Curry. Oh man. Dental work in the Philippines is really, really good, but you got to find a good dentist. I had a dentist in Manila that was just crap. I went for a cleaning and I was in and out of the place in 15 minutes. I was like, what was that? You call that cleaning your teeth? The Masters is live streamed on the CBS website. Oh, really? Well, that's good news. Larry, welcome to the live stream. Sorry, I passed over that. Good morning, Larry. Way less expensive. Yeah, I have, just to give you guys an idea, and I don't mind telling you this. Jonah had never been to the dentist in her life. This is typical for these girls. Uh, by the way, that's why you don't want to change girlfriends because you got to start all over on the dentist thing. You get invested. with these girls and their dental work. So once you get a good girlfriend, you got to keep her. But Jonah had on her first visit 14 cavities and 7 extractions, just to give you an idea how bad things were. Had never seen a dentist her entire life, and now they're building her some new teeth, which she's going to have Wednesday. So we're done. We are done with Jonah Dona, and it's just over 1,000 USD for all of this, as well as the I know, the denture. Shout out to Malou. Malou says, "Where are we at?" I don't know, bro. You can block anybody, can't you? Mm. This is a live stream and not a Facebook group, so I don't think they work the same, do they? You guys can block one another in here. Yeah, that's yeah, that'll be kind of weird, James. It's what 9 p.m. where you're at now? Nice, Robert. My first time was 85. First time to Olongapo City. Stayed with me my entire life. And look at me now. I've heard of that before, adding sour cream. Yeah, or they just get it pulled. The dentists here in the Philippines are experts at pulling teeth. Nothing else, but yeah, they're really good at pulling teeth. It's like that dentist I went to in Manila. It's like, you know, I'm used to American Dental. I had insurance and everything, the whole gig, and I went every 4 months for the teeth cleaning. Teeth cleaning takes an hour. 60 full minutes of teeth cleaning by a dental hygienist. Here, about 8 minutes. You know, they look at your teeth, scratch them a couple of times with a piece of metal, and go, "Okay, you're done. That'll be 400 pesos." Yeah, yeah. Dental in the U.S. is kind of like veterinary medicine in the U.S. It's completely out of control, man. It should be regulated somehow. Yeah, I had my primary care physician was a sports medicine guy, and he would always tell me that your dental is the most important thing that you can do because anything that goes wrong here soaks right into the brain, and then from the brain goes throughout the entire body. So he said if you've got something wrong here that you're not taking care of, it's very important to take care of your teeth. It leads to many other diseases. Um, Made sense to me. Florida, the Philippines. Good day, sir. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. Innocent kid. Yeah, that's one thing about Olongapo. Olongapo, is the birthplace of many alcoholics. That's where it all began. Michael LB49, good morning, sir, from Georgia, USA. I just saw Steve yesterday morning. I was over at Tequila Reef with Philly Bryan having breakfast. And as I was walking back down the street there, I parked behind Dollhouse because it's nice and shady there. By the way, you guys, Dollhouse is going to open back up here. Um, Last thing I heard was April 1st, but they're not doing any work there at all. So I don't think they're going to make the April 1st opening. But Dollhouse is going to open. Atlantis is open already with 100 girls on the floor. So If she leaves, you repossess her teeth. No, it's just, one of those things. Now Melanie, on the other hand, she took care of her teeth. She went to the dentist. When I met Melanie, her teeth were fine. She had already been several times, and it's just the dental work in Manila is I'm not really sure what they're doing there. It's not, RC Dyer. Yeah, Westpac, was that a Westpac? We don't have a topic today, Roy? Yeah, it's, now the only reason that I went to that British Royal Dental is because Overstay had been going there and vlogging it, and, they've got God, they must have 3 offices here in Onales. The one that we go to obviously is down on Perimeter Road, below the condos, right before Clarkton Hotel. But they've got another one right here, across the street from Jollibee. Front Gate Clark, it's called. Manila's finest. Yeah. What are some of the common mistakes new expats make once they come to the Philippines? Well, I can tell you what my mistakes were. Okay. My mistakes were not fully understanding the severity of sensitivity here, how sensitive people are. Um, Maybe more so my adopted family than Filipinos in general, but I would say that overall, it's a very true statement. They're very, very sensitive here. You have to be very careful what you say. You offend people very, very easily. And our humor, not understanding that our humor translates here, because it does not. All you're going to get is a blank stare. It's the old saying. Everybody thinks that English is so widely spoken and understood here, and that's about the furthest from the truth that you could get. Small talk, yes, but conversational English comprehension and understanding is, you're not going to see a whole lot of that here. And you got to be very careful what you say. Uh, we Americans, not only do we speak loudly, we're very offensive to the Filipino people here because they don't understand us. They don't understand our humor. And I offended my family many, many times. I thought I was doing them a favor, by pointing out their, well, enough of that. We took a couple of selfies. That was about it, Brian. I gave her 100 pesos and off she went. If there's one thing Anna knows, Brian and Cowboy and myself, we all pay her. We all give her money, because if we didn't, she'd starve. The girl needs help. That's one person I don't mind helping. She's very, very sweet. She would never hurt a soul. And, she's just, they tried, there were some people that tried. Skytrack is open, but it's only for Chinese and Korean. I've heard that for years and years, Chris. I don't know. I've never really had the desire to go into Skytrax. Maybe that's why, but I would try it out. I've heard it's really small and inadequate for the venue that it's supposed to be. World Cruise 83, San Francisco to Norfolk. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's yeah. Lucas knows what I'm talking about. And Clyde on the road. Uh, everybody's like that on the road. The Filipinos are like that. Uh, hey, I'm not picking on anybody on the road. I'm just pointing out what an idiot they are for their stupid moves, their dangerous moves, and how they put people at risk. The people here are absolutely batshit crazy when they get behind a wheel or on a motorbike. Never seen anything like it. I've told you guys this before. I was much safer on EDSA, traveling up and down EDSA in Manila than I've ever been on Fields Avenue. Fields Avenue is dangerous, especially once you get past checkpoint and it opens up all the way to Koreatown. It's very dangerous street to ride on. I've learned how to ride here now, so I don't feel as scared. But I went through a 1 month phase where I was just you know kind of knee knocking on the motor going up and down Fields Avenue because I'm waiting for somebody to hit me. Ricky USA, you, my friend, have made one of the greatest comments, and you are absolutely right. The damn toothpaste thing. Now, I'm type A personality, and Jonah Dona, she just destroys our toothpaste tube every single day she uses it. I'm like, come on. And I'm trying to show her, I'm rolling that thing up from the bottom, you know. Oh no. I go back in there, the lid is off of the toothpaste. There's toothpaste all over the damn sink and it's all squeezed in the middle. I'm like, honey, what's wrong with you? Why are you destroying the toothpaste tube like this? And she just looks at me like I'm crazy. They don't get it. Brian, we are doing Midnight Roto at least twice a month. Jonah loves it there, and she's a big dancer now, so she likes to dance. First couple of trips, we couldn't get her to dance, and now she can't get enough of it. She's even buying clothes and new shoes to for so she can go watch Lola sing. Absolutely loves Midnight Rodeo. I do too. I mean, it's one of the best bars in the city. Florida, the Philippines, especially the trike drivers, just pull right onto the busy road. They don't bother looking. Um, it's just amazing the lack of basic road knowledge here. Don't really know, Brian, but everybody's had the same experience there. Cowboy was treated that way. Philly Brian was treated that way up there. Um, it's just the way they are. A lot of people have mentioned that it's probably Chinese owned or something. So they're just not really that fond of foreigners there. I don't really know. I'll never find out because I'm not going to play that course. I'll never play it. I won't give them a single peso. I don't care how nice it is. I just won't. I won't do it. Clyde, I'm sure that Australians are far better drivers than Filipinos in on Fields Avenue. This is the worst that I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Again, you guys know I lived in Manila, so most people would think that Manila is one of the scariest places to drive, but it's not. It's right here, in my opinion. That's only my opinion now. I'm very familiar with traffic throughout the NCR and have never seen anything like you see here. And I was talking to another expat about that. Hi, honey. Welcome back. I was talking to another expat about that, and his take on it is the fact that there's so much more enforcement in Manila. And he's right about that. There is a lot of traffic enforcement in Manila. So, and there's zero here. Absolutely zero. I've never seen any level of traffic enforcement anywhere in Angeles City. Every now and then they set up a little checkpoint and check your driver's license. But I'm talking enforcement where they're pulling people over and writing tickets for stupidity. Now in Manila, that's very common. Manila proper and the NCR, you're going to see enforcement everywhere. I mean, you know, a lot of it. There really is a lot of it. There was a lot of it even in North Calocan, where I'm from. I'm gonna drive away. Yeah, there's just Florida. What part of Florida? Oh, Florida, the Philippines. I think Manila's finest is talking to you, sir. That's a good point, Lucas. One of the reasons that Manila is probably a little bit safer is the fact that there's a lot of traffic there, so you can't drive like an idiot. It's just not possible. Larry, you'll have to go back and watch the video, brother. It's in my video list. Just go back and watch the video. You'll see. It was a couple of vlogs ago. Wouldn't necessarily say that, Maximilian. I know a lot of people that receive tickets. I've got family members who receive tickets. I've never received one, luckily enough. Uh, but yeah, they're actually writing enforcement tickets in Manila. Brian Hatcher, there's nothing I could possibly add to R2D2. It's maxed out on the accessories list. I've actually never seen an NMAX that has as much as mine has on it. I can't think of anything. Oh, maybe a muffler guard that's carbon fiber. I'd like to find one of those. That would look super cool. If I could get that muffler guard, that would probably be about it. Larry C, good morning. I've got a Larry and a Larry C, and you use the same L, purple L. Sometimes I confuse you guys. Charles Brand, good morning. Okay, I've got to get off here at 11 because I've got to ride into Clark for my NBI appointment. Finally, I'm at the very end of this SRV process. Man, yesterday was a long day. It took a little while to get the bank deposit done, and then we had to go to the tax office, and then we had to go to the barangay office to get barangay clearance. So, did I mention it's hot in the Philippines too? The heat now is getting to the point where Florida to the Philippines, that's a great bike. A little big for my taste. A lot of people will argue, "Oh yeah, you can take that on the NMAX, the ST Lax." That's true, but I never drive the NMAX, or I'm sorry, I never drive the NLEX. Did I say NMAX? NLEX or ST Lex, the toll roads. I never drive them, so I've lived here, quite a bit of time and never ever hardly taken the toll road. So it's hard to use that as an argument for buying a bike. And I was talking to an expat about a couple of weeks ago over at CPI Call Shop, a guy I've known actually for quite a while. I met him back in 2018, and that was his argument. Oh, I got to buy something that can go on the toll road. And I go, really? I go, why? He goes, well, so I can. Yeah," and he thought about it for a minute. I go, how often do you use the toll road? He goes, well, actually, I don't use it at all. I go, exactly. I go, don't buy a bike just because you can take it on the toll road. It's the wrong decision to make. 98% of your driving is going to be in the city or from city to city. And sure, it's nice to be able to take the toll road here and there, but it's not necessary to base your bike purchase on toll road access. You're going to buy something you'll never use, basically. Larry C, yes, sir. You were supposed to come in April, right? And then you changed it to June. I remember you, brother. Smash the thumbs up button. It's free. Which reminds me. Oh, I pushed mine here on the iPad. Yeah, it's getting hot enough to where you pass on doing stuff. A lot of people don't understand that, but that's how it is here. The heat will keep you inside. You'll have plans to do something, and then that would help it happen to Melanie and I all the time. We'd have something planned, and I Nicole, it's too hot, naman. Yeah, that's just air conditioning and Netflix. No, the NBI is completely different here now. You do everything online. I've got a 12 o'clock appointment, so shouldn't be an issue at all. I'm just getting fingerprinted, and then in a week I'll have my clearance. There weren't even any long lines. Angeles is totally different from Manila. There weren't any long lines yesterday at the bank or at the barangay hall. It's just different here. The banks don't have long lines. It's just not nearly as crowded here as it is in Manila. Everything's different here. It's so much better. Yeah, exactly, Chris. And it's a great. It's just great to have that. I mean, once rainy season gets here, you know, you'll be the man because you'll be out running around, and I'll be in the house. I'll be in the house, or it's raining. I got to stay home again. It's a popular car here, James. I see a lot of them. I see a lot of them around. Mike Foodie, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just a phrase. It doesn't. There's really no meaning to it. It's kind of like adding an. Well, I guess there is. I mean, it's kind of like adding an exclamation point at the end of a sentence. It's kind of like adding a hashtag to something that you're saying. I've heard that there's two in Manila, Brian. One is in Greenbelt 3, Bank of America. Does anyone know a site to book cheap flights? I've used Expedia my entire life. I wouldn't imagine there's a giant difference between Expedia and anybody else who's selling airline tickets. They're mostly, for the most part, they have to remain competitive or there'd only be one left, right? So I've used Expedia my whole life, never booked with anybody but them. My sister was a marketing executive there for a few years. So I started using them and I'm very loyal that way. Brian Hatcher, yes, sir, it does. You got to get one new one every year until you become a resident. Now, once I get my resident card, that's good for, I believe it's 5 years. The SRRV, I'll get an ACR card that's got a 5 year date on it. Right now, I've got an ACR card that has a 1 year. I'm going to have to renew it. Actually, I won't have to renew it. They're going to give me a new one here in the next couple of months. I'll have a new one. And it'll say resident instead of tourist on it. But hey, the good thing about this SRRV is now I have a USD bank account. I've got a peso account with BPI, and I have a USD account with Commerce Bank right across the street from my house here. If I walk out and go right across MacArthur Highway, it's right there at Commerce Bank, and I've got a dollar account with them. So that's good. That worked out good for me. I've got an account with BDO as well, but I've kind of abandoned that now that I've got the BPI. I like BPI and whatever. I don't need three bank accounts. And then with PayMaya and Gcash, I mean, there's just, you know, those are payment apps and you can do anything. Shop at any store. I use Express, Florida, the Philippines. I've used it for, God, 4 years. I started using them back in 2018, Express VPN. But I would imagine any VPN service is good. There's a lot of them out there. I use Express and it works great. The only bummer about VPN is, and everybody says this, it does disconnect on you from time to time. But I would say the connectivity rate is about 97% with Express, which is good. I mean, 97% of anything is good, right? When you're comparing almost anything. What does a bank account cost there? It doesn't really cost anything, Mike, but they do. Strangely enough, they charge you to make deposits here to the account. They are not set up yet through ATM to make a deposit. You can make deposits through GCash online. So if you want to avoid the walk into the bank, make a deposit in front of a teller type transaction, which will cost you 100 pesos, you could just go to 7-Eleven and deposit your money into your GCash and then transfer it online into your bank account. That's what a lot of people do. For me, I kind of like the ride over there to NBI, or sorry, not NBI, BPI Bank, and they're never busy. I've never waited more than 5 minutes to make a deposit there. No drug tests on the NBI clearance, Brian. Yeah, that's my buddy Walter. Can you load your Gcash from Remitly from the US? James, I'm going to say you probably can. I know that Western Union, you can do a Western Union transfer directly to a Gcash account. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that. And if you can't do it now, it's coming very soon. They are 30 years behind uh, modern society here, but there are some things that are moving, and payment apps are one. 2 years ago, my ticket cost 800. I just bought mine for 1549. LAX to Cebu round trip. Yeah, I used to pay about 600 round trip from LA to Manila. I think eventually it's going to come down. They're going to use the war now as an excuse. It's probably not an excuse. It's probably true. Yeah, that's true. There you go. PayPal also. Yeah, PayPal was like one of the original payment apps, right? Well, they started out as a payment website and then became an app. I had PayPal right when they first started, man, because I was a big eBayer. I sold and bought a lot of stuff on eBay, so PayPal was the way to. How do we send you a Western Union? Uh, well, if anybody's going to send money Western Union, make sure you send USD and pick up USD. Don't use the peso rate. Don't use the peso exchange rate. Send US dollars, and for me to receive US dollars. And then my name's Philip Morgan. If somebody's going to do something like that, use the PayPal link that's on the video description on my videos, or if you wanted to do a Western Union, just message me through Facebook, and we can make that happen. But you want to make sure and send USD and to receive USD. That's the most cost-effective way to do it. 10:33. Okay, I'm doing good on time. I'm only about a 20-minute ride, not even that, away from where I've got to go. I don't have to be there till noon, so I can go all the way to 11 and be fine. Yeah, I think most of them are, Lucas. They're trying to make money, right? I would imagine that the exchange rate, if you, it's just a bad idea altogether to send. Now, there's some places that you can't do that. In other words, for example, when I lived in North Calaocan, very hard to find a Western Union who could pay you out in USD. There was only one, and it was over at Ayala Mall, Fairview Terraces. There was a Western Union that would pay you out in USD, but for the most part, you had to take that hit. So what we were doing, Melanie and I, is we were doing bank to bank transfer, which is cost you nothing, but it takes 5 days. Next video, next vlog coming up is going to be our trip to Forest Park, I believe. Yeah, Forest Park Resort. I've got a few on deck videos, but yeah, I'm about to run out of vlogs. Actually, I've got to get out there and make a vlog. I keep wanting to do Ducati motorcycle dealership in Clark, but it's been so hot. By the time I get my morning, yesterday I was so busy, and today I'm going to be on Clark anyway. Maybe I'll get them today. I know I've got the cameras already loaded up in the motor, so maybe when I get done with my MBI clearance, especially if it goes well, I'll stop by that Ducati dealership on Clark. Um, I love Ducati motorcycles, man. If I can get a vlog in there, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get busy and do a vlog. Remitly has an ATM debit. If your U.S. bank is a transfer service like Zelle, you can transfer into Remitly. Uh, yeah. Well, now um, a lot of people just go to the ATM machine. That's going to cost you $20, but you have to put that a price on your time. You know what I mean? The time that you spend. If you're going to go to Western Union, there's a good chance there's going to be a line. You're going to have to wait. Did I mention that it's hot in the Philippines? So a lot of people will just take money out of the ATM. It might cost you $20 for $600 or whatever you can get, but you got to put a price on your time. It's instantaneous. The money goes right into your pocket. Yes, sir. Right across the street from what's the fenced-in place that people eat at? Margarita Station. My Western Union is right across the street from Margarita Station, and that's the thing that you got to do is go to the same Western Union all the time. Yeah, Eric works in the BPO industry with a lot of young professional Filipinas. So, and Eric's a young, guapo guy. He works with several hundred young professional-minded Filipinos on a daily basis in the BPO industry. So, yeah, but Eric kills it. He is the man. I hope he makes his way down here at one point, or sorry, up here. Yeah, Mark Doyle. There is the from Terminal 3. There's the point-to-point bus that comes right to SM Clark. Terminal 3. That's if you're flying in during the day. That bus runs. I think the last bus from Terminal 3 is 11 p.m. or 11:30 p.m., something like that. Yeah, gotcha, James. Oh, I didn't see Done Drinking. Done Drinking didn't come into the live stream today. I was hoping he would come in so I could ban him for being a dumbass, but he didn't come into the live stream. Yeah, Clyde, it's going to be like his Mika Wyan days, or not Mika Wyan, but not Malolos, Marilao, when he lived in Marilao, almost back to province life. But if it's going to stay in Boracay, if he's going to spend the summer in Boracay, that'll be nice. Man, the wind is just whipping out there. My God, I haven't checked the weather. I don't know if we've got a storm coming or what. There was no sun this morning. It was super cloudy, so I wouldn't be surprised if it rains today. Brian, yes, I do. The only thing I don't get or that I get cut on is super chat money. Oh, yeah. The rain's only 40% chance. I mean, that's good here, but in this tropical environment, it can be 20% and just dump on you. Yeah. Adrian, good question. I was kind of pushed into retirement, by my company. After 31 years of loyal service, they laid me off, and it was kind of just a timing thing with me. I tried to get other work similar to what I was doing, but I just made too much money. You can't take a job that doesn't pay the rent. Was what basically what happened to me. I was an old dog making, six figures, and I wasn't going to get another job making that same amount of money. So at the time, Melanie and I kind of, you know, tried to balance the scale. What can we do here? You know, uh, and Melanie was in the U.S. with me when this happened, so I sent her back to the Philippines, and I started selling stuff off, and we decided, uh, at least I got a pension from this company, so we decided to give it a shot. That we would, just sell everything, and instead of me trying to, about the only thing I could have done was move to Las Vegas, and I would have been able to find something fairly similar and close to pay. But that was the route I took, and it turned out pretty good, minus the fact that my marriage didn't work out. Signpost does car service for 4,500. Um, Brian, I'm not sure how much they take of it. I've never really dug into it real deep to find out because I'm not a big super chat. I don't get a lot of super chats. So I think they take 40%. Google does. Mark Doyle, it depends on the time of day. If you're traveling at night, it's going to be relatively quick. It's an hour and 15 minutes from SM Clark to SM North. But um, if you're coming from the airport, you probably want to add another hour. I would say 3 hours to be safe. You've got a little bit of traffic there. Well, no, actually, that might be wrong. I might be wrong about that. They've got that new Skyway that goes down into Batangas. Or sorry, not Batangas, but it goes down into the name of the city escapes me, but it starts before SM. It starts before ETSA, that Skyway, and goes all the way down to goes all the way down through the city. You can make it all the way through Manila, so it could be just a couple of hours. Yeah, and Western Union, Cavite. Thanks, Clyde. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, Western Union has no fee at all, bank to bank, but you're going to take a little bit of a hit on the exchange rate. Sometimes you've got to, you know, you got to do whatever you can do early to mid afternoon. Yeah. Early to mid-afternoon, Mark, you're probably gonna be coming into, I would imagine the P2P runs from Terminal 3 because it's Terminal 3 the PAL terminal? I don't remember now. But that P2P bus runs from Terminal 3 for a reason, and, that reason is probably because a lot of tourists come into that terminal. Don't really know, Brian. I talked to Ed, last time I talked to Ed, he had bought a house in North Calocan, and then when I talked to him a month later, they had abandoned that idea. He was telling me that he actually bought a house right next to Tito Road. He was gonna be neighbors with Tito Road, but I don't know what he's doing or if he's coming back or Dennis Adam, how are you, sir? Dennis says that they keep 30%. Okay. Thank you, Gary T, for joining us again. Yeah, I'm about to log off. It's been slow, right? The live streams have been slow. I mean, still good. We're still having a good time, but my God, when I first got here, we were getting a head count up over 50 easy in every live stream. Now it's hard to get 30. Yeah, Mark, it's so easy anyway. I mean, really, to go from the airport to Angeles, so easy. And I mean, if you just hate Manila and you can't stand to spend any time there at all, it wouldn't be a horrible idea to do a couple of nights in Makati. Makati's close to the airport, easy to get a taxi. Just food for thought. If you've never tried Manila out, give it a shot. It is worth a try. It's a fun city. There's a lot to do there, and you just have to be smart about it. You don't want to go long distances in Manila. That's the key. Clyde, I talk to Randy at least once a week. He has just he told me just a couple of days ago that they were moving. Him and his little lady had got another apartment, but it sounded like. Oh, sorry. Did that come out? It sounded to me like um, he was moving to a different unit inside the same complex. Yeah. Mark Doyle, it's from Manila Airport's 350 pesos, 350 pesos. Between 350 and 400. They've got two different bus styles. One of them's 400, the other one's 350. And I think there's one that even has a CR on it. But I mean, with proper planning, you shouldn't need a CR. Yeah, I don't know. I tried that before. The problem is with the shipping and all on that. The shipping's hella expensive. To ship a mug to the USA would be. And I started it out with the premise that if you come here and meet me, then you get the gear. So it just doesn't. It sounds fun, but it just didn't work out. It really just didn't work out for me. And then I lost most of what I had left was lost in the construction of the house. Brian, yeah, they are. Those are all phrases that Tito Road is feeding me, you know, and you've got to really commit to it, you know, you got to really commit to it to become fluent. And that's my goal. By Christmas, I don't want to speak English anymore, when I go out. Well, Mark, that's perfect. You're going to be right here. You're going to be right here in my stomping grounds, brother. Uh, yeah, I don't know, Clyde. Apparently I've been very lucky. Melanie and I used to always, whenever Melanie would pick me up, we'd take a taxi to Makati, and it was about 250. We'd get a metered taxi to Makati. It's never more than 250 pesos. So maybe that I know the hawkers want 900 now. The guys that just come up and grab you by the arm and want to take you. But a good metered taxi is no more than 250 to Makati. At least that's what I was paying back in the day. Now maybe it's more now. I don't know. Actually, there's nothing cheaper than a metered taxi if you can find one. The metered taxi is always your cheapest route. Taxis get a bad rap, but like I said, if you're able to find a metered taxi, it's going to be your cheapest option. Always cheaper than Grab, cheaper than anything. James, thank you. And actually, why don't we? Well, 2000, yeah, 2000. They're just taking your money because you're a foreigner, and 2,000 pesos is not a lot of money to a foreigner on vacation. I mean, that's cheap. Jonah Dona, it was the route that we took to SM North from SM Clark was 250, 250 pesos, honey. It was 500 each way, so it cost us 1,000 for that day to go and come back. Okay. Yes, Mike Foodie Grab is a good price, yeah, but the metered taxi is always going to be the cheapest option. But that you have to find a metered taxi. Clyde Seaside, yeah, that's exactly what Melanie and I used to do as well. We'd go downstairs and walk across the parking lot to where the taxis were leaving. And then they're really stoked to use the meter because they were going to have to go out and find a ride anyway. Philly Bryan, yeah, he's a great guy. Um, you know, you guys that are coming, if you want to meet Philly Bryan, just show up at Tequila Reef at 9 a.m. on every day that you're here, and you're bound to meet him. That's his hangout. Hello to all of Jonah's coworkers. Yeah, she's got some. There's some sexy ladies in that salon. If you guys don't know already, some really pretty girls. Thomas Harder, you never get in the car until the price is negotiated, or you've negotiated the meter. Yeah, you never step into a taxi until I insist on a meter. And if he doesn't, if he says he's not going to use the meter, then I just say, okay, see you later. Never even get into the car. I would say your vlogger gear outperformed the live stream today. Thanks, Brian. Hey, I'm pretty stoked with it. Like, I feel like a real professional now. I'm going to have to study up on this stuff and watch some videos, just see what else I can do. It's got all kinds. It's even got auto tune. So if you're a bad singer, this thing will make you sound like a good singer. I happen to be a really good singer, by the way. SWG, I did not get the booster, and I will not get the booster. Oh, we'll make a vlog, baby. We're gonna make a good vlog in June. Uh, yes, NBI today, 12 noon. Philo's getting fingerprinted. I'm getting my Philippines police clearance, baby, for my SRV visa. Finally, I'm finally done with it. Ah, that's gonna feel good, man, to get that residence card. I'll tell you what. Not have to do shit for 5 years. That's gonna be good. I don't know if I have to do an annual report. I think I do. I think it's the same as the 13A. I gotta check up on that. Oh my. A car from the airport to Pasay. Well, that's $100, Clyde. In our country, how far does $100? How far can you go in a taxi in Australia for $100? Probably not very far. So yeah, that's how they get us. And then you realize, a metered car was less than 300. That's funny. My first, thanks, James. My first the 3 trips to Manila, we never did anything but metered taxi. You know, it it was an issue back then, but it really wasn't an issue. You know what I mean? There's plenty of really good taxi drivers in Manila. There's just plenty of shitheads too. And your odds of getting a shithead are about probably 70%. So you get those 3 out of 10 who are just really good. And that now here in Angeles, we've got that blue taxi gig. Okay, the blue taxis. Don't know if you guys know about that. They had their own app for the phone, an application. They can't make the app work for some reason. So what they're doing is they're on Grab Taxi. So if you open up the Grab app and instead of selecting Grab Car, if you select Grab Taxi, then one of those blue cabs will come right to your front door. That's what's going on with Blue Taxi here in Angeles City. Eventually, they'll find somebody. They'll put some effort into getting the damn app to work. So typical here, everything's done so half-assed. But that's the deal with those guys. You just use your Grab app and select taxi. It goes straight to their dispatcher. That's it, Clyde. That's how they get us. That's how they get us. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up. That's going to wrap up the Philo in the Philippines live stream. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Keep smiling, baby. Thanks again.